Hey, my name is Dustin Selva with Elemental Flutes, and in this video I want to share with you three different triple harmony flutes and the pros and cons of all the different styles. So the first one I have is Aromatic Cedar. It's the key of F sharp, and C sharp. So yeah, the larger two flutes are both F sharp, and you have the C sharp is the smaller, higher pitched flute, which has holes here to end the flute. This mouthpiece is a triangular fashion to allow you to play the middle one, the left one, right one, isolate them, or the right two, left two, or the outside two. Primarily, it allows you to play the outside two. So that's one style, as well as the reason you do the holes here is you end this flute, and then it allows you a large space for a design element. So then we have another flute. This is Koa with black walnut plugs, and you'll see that this flute is actually cut and removed, and this makes the flute lighter but gives you less design area. Other than that, it's the exact same. It's F sharp, C sharp. And then the mouthpiece is different. So this one doesn't allow you to isolate the outer two as easily. You'd have to like put your tongue, just lightly press it on the middle one. And then, so both of these are 18 holes, 18 plugs. And this gives you the widest range possible with this type of flute, unless you wanted to add more holes, such as Justin Rolfson, who had the design idea for these flutes, added thumb holes to give you other options, which makes it a bit more challenging and more versatile though. The other style, the more simpler style, but just as unique, as well as gives you almost the same range of what you can do with it, is this style where you just don't have those three. And this was the original style that I started creating when Justin contacted me, asked me to add those three and then plug them all. And so this style is a really cool style as well. It's F sharp, C sharp, and the middle one only has the three holes and doesn't have the three, so it's a 15 hole flute. The difference with this one, it can come with plugs, at least the middle three for sure. And then if you wanted plugs for all of them, you would be able to do like the Mayan temple style where you play the bottom three on it. You could even do, the middle and the bottom. And if you had the triangular mouthpiece, you would be able to do the outer sides by themselves without the middle one easily. And you could do a Mayan temple style where you have the C sharp, F sharp, and just the low three notes. This one's really nice. I prefer this style as far as like user friendly. There's less plugs. These middle three you could keep tied together because they could rest off to the side, and then they would all be together. Versus this one, you're gonna have loose plugs because you can't take the middle top three out and lay them to the side. It doesn't really allow you to do that. So that's the only downside, is you're going to have like loose single plugs to that. And you're going to have three extra holes to kind of, worry about the air leaking or stuff like that. So this gives you a bit more versatility and a bit simpler, a bit easier. So for example, I'll play this one a little bit. This is same keys as all the rest, F sharp, C sharp. And this one is for a left-handed person, so the left hand would reach across to play the smaller flute. I play right hand on top, so I would have it the other way, which would be this style. This would be my style, where you reach across on the top, and then when you go and play the bottom, you reach on the bottom, and you're not having to reach over these top left plugs. So that's my style. And there is another style. The other one, kind of the first way that I actually created these, like the first one I created with the 18 holes, was I slid this down, and then all the holes, the top holes lined up. That one I find a bit more hard to play because you're always reaching over all the plugs. This one, you don't have to reach over really any plugs to play both sides, which is really nice and makes it a little bit easier. So I'll play this one for you to give you an idea of what's possible with just the simpler version, and then I'll go through the more complex version. So that's playing it all as singles and doubles. That wasn't triples. So as a triple, it gets a little more challenging. You kind of need to set it up as a triple, where you plug certain holes, because when you leave them all unplugged, you're playing a note out of the scale, which you want to play kind of within the scale. So at least you want to plug this hole to be the high C sharp, or this hole to be the high F sharp if you're going to leave those open. But then your hands are also reaching over the holes, which could cover it to bring it out of tune as well. So um, ideally, this flute comes with 15 plugs, and at least 9. The more plugs, the more versatility. But you could do the top three, and then the bottom 3, and I believe that would give you the ability to play as a Mayan temple, to play one side, and everything works together really well. So yeah, those are kind of the options of the flute. Okay, so let's go to the more complex one. This is a custom order for someone, and they wanted a bear carved, and they sent me a piece of, I think it was bog oak. And then they sent me an image of what they wanted, so I did it as close as possible. They wanted a cocopelli. The cocopelli has shungite for the body and red coral for the hair and flute. And then the bottom tree has malachite for the branches, and then there's an opal within the trunk. So again, if you want to play this, you could play as a single with 2 drones. You could play it as a single with 2 drones, either way. So what I'm going to do it, the way I like to start off is Mayan temple style. And again, you can go the bottom 3 and the bottom 3. And this, you'll need to lightly press. Oh, this has the triangular mouthpiece, so I don't have to lightly press my tongue on the middle one, so I can just do this. So that's as a double and as a triple. So now we could just take off more plugs on this right side here. So we could play it as an F sharp. We could add the F sharp drone in, and then we could add the C sharp drone in. We could also play around with the C sharp. So I'll go ahead and do that. So that is one position. You could take off the 3 on the smaller side, put back in the top 3 on the right side. And whenever you mess with the plugs, it's ideal to keep the plugs kind of lined up in a way that you know where they go, so you can easily move them back and forth. So that gives you a lot of versatility. And then you could also there's so many different options. Every time I come to the flute and I try and show what these are capable of, my mind goes, well, there's this possibility, there's this possibility, and there's this possibility. So the other way that I like to play it, and so we can put the top 3 back in, and then we'll take out the top 3 on the right side. And then the bottom 3 in the middle. So this allows you to play it in a harmony style. So, I mean, it's a harmony flute all in and of itself, but you can play it like a regular drone flute in a harmony style with the 3 extra drone holes. Then you can also change the drone on the C sharp side and do the same thing, and you'll have a different flute. So again, there's a million variations and a million things that you can do with these types of flutes. So I sell them at a higher price point because it gives you, and well, first of all, it's really challenging to make. To put it in tune, make it all play well together, do all the plugs, make them fit the holes, all custom, each little hole. It's a lot of work. So, but also it gives you not just one flute, it gives you like 5 to 10 flutes within one flute. So you're looking at, a C sharp flute, 2 F sharp flutes, a drone flute, a triple drone flute, so many different combinations of drone notes that you can change and mix around. So yeah, these flutes are really cool. I hope you enjoyed this video on these flutes. They're really unique and they're really fun. If you're interested in a flute like this, just shoot me a message, email me from my website. Check out my website elementalflutes.com. If you're also interested in learning how to play these style of flutes, the best person to learn from is Justin Rollofson, who is specializing in these styles of flutes and playing them, and he's a master at it. So definitely check him out. He has Instagram, he has YouTube. I'll post links down below. And I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed these flutes, and please subscribe. Please hit the like button, and I hope you guys have a beautiful day.